At Hobart's Beer Fest in 2012, I had the pleasurable experience of sampling the finest of premium pear ciders. This was, of course, Frank's. Once again, at the Tamar Valley Beer Festival, my friends and I were lured to the fantastic flavours of the premium cider. And let's be frank, it's a great drop. Along with my cider kicks and I, we decided that frankly February seemed like a fabulous time to head to Franklin and find out more about Frank's premium cider. The apples and pears that go into Frank's cider are grown at a property called Woodside, which was established in 1836. When arriving at Woodside, you get a real feel for the heritage of the property, with a beautiful old homestead from 1846 greeting you on arrival and a magnificent pear tree still growing strong from the 1850s. Today we're going to meet Naomi and her dogs Mac and Jim. Naomi is Frank's granddaughter and the fifth generation of Clarks to grow apples and pears at Woodside. So here we are today at Frank's Cider. I'm here with Naomi. Nice to meet you. We're in Frank's orchard. Naomi, could you tell us a little bit about the history of the orchard?
Right, well the family settled here in 1836, so my great-great-grandfather John was the first white settler in Franklin, and we've been growing apples and pears since. So Frank, who the cider is named after, was my grandfather, and the original settler was his grandfather. So we've been growing fruit here for a long time, and the trees that we're looking at now were planted about 20 years ago, but we do have trees that are still producing fruit and that goes into Frank's cider, and they were planted by Frank about 70 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we've looked after the trees and they still just keep on producing good fruit.
Excellent. So Naomi, Frank's is one of the newer cider labels in Tasmania. Can you tell us about what's been happening in the last 12 months?
The last 12 months has been very busy. We decided to start a cider company because for years we haven't value added to the fruit in the orchard, and cider just seems to be the thing that everybody's wanting to drink. So we decided that was a good thing to get into, and we have two varieties. So we have a summer apple cider and a summer pear cider, and we're using these very pears, but one of our aims is to blend the varieties so that we're not using a single variety. So we have the different varieties, like these for instance are Bourbosque, and further down underneath these have been grafted in, so those are a Josephine pear. So a blend of different varieties seems to make a good cider, and they always say good fruit in, good cider out.
Okay, so we're talking specifically about the summer pear now, and that's going to be the feature for February.
Yep.
On the website.
Yep.
Can you talk to us specifically about your pear cider? What makes it so great? Having tried it, I know that it's great.
Yep.
Can you tell us the secret behind it?
Well, good fruit in, good cider out. It's a matter of using the best quality fruit. So we don't use rubbish in our cider, and we also are working very closely with Julian Alcorso and his team at Winemaking Tas. So I really can't take credit for the cider being my recipe, Frank's recipe, but the magic is worked by people that really know what they're doing. And I know how to grow fruit, but I'm leaving the actual cider making to the experts.
For the fabulous month of February, we're featuring Frank's Premium Summer Pear Cider. Frank's pear is a delicious, crisp, refreshing sweet perry, which is perfect for the hot summer days. For a relatively new brew, Frank's is making a real mark on the industry by being awarded a bronze medal and best in its class at the 2012 Australian Cider Awards. Okay, thanks for showing us around the farm today, but I did notice that you don't have a cellar door. Can you give us an update on that?
No, well, we're not going to have a cellar door at the farm because we have purchased a fantastic little building in Franklin that is going to become Frank's Cider Bar and Cafe. It's the old church hall, and at the moment it needs a fair bit of work, but that's our next project.
Visit the website to find out more about this month's club hamper and the delicious pear tart recipe made with Frank's pear cider.